Hi, good morning. I'm Bishop George Lockhart of the Church of the Living God, the Pillar and Ground of the Truth. And today is Mother's Day. You know, in the Bible, it talks about many mothers. Probably the model is Proverbs 31:10. You read that, and it's probably the exemplar of finding a good wife and a good mother. Many of us may know that, but if you are not familiar with it, it closes by saying, her children arise up and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praises her. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord shall be praised. God sticks that in there at the very end, a woman that feareth the Lord, not to be afraid of the Lord, but to respect him and her role as a wife and as a mother. That is not to say that you have to be married in order for God to have favor upon you. No. In Matthew 22:29, Jesus says, you err, not knowing the scriptures nor the power of God. For in the resurrection they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are as the angels of heaven. Jochebed would have been quite a mother. She gave birth to Miriam, one of the greatest prophets that was in the Bible. They wrote songs about her, and people would gather around her as she spoke about the true and the living God. There was Aaron, the first high priest, not the first priest, neither was he a king. That would have gone to Melchizedek. And later, there would be another king who was a priest in the form of Jesus Christ. God set up everything for a reason. And then there was Moses. Do you remember the transfiguration? When Jesus arose from the ground and he lit up. And on one side was Elijah, another side was Moses. What distinction did Moses and Elijah have, or the honor to be in that transfiguration? Well, we do know that one of the things the three had in common was they fasted 40 days and 40 nights. No food, no water. Someone said they did drink water, but the Bible is very clear. They ate or drank nothing. I'm not telling you to do that, because they asked Jesus on one occasion, why aren't you eating? And he says, I have meat from another source that you don't even know of. Well, you're not Jesus, neither Moses or Elijah, so I don't say fast 40 days and 40 nights. But do as whatever you can, because on another occasion, when his disciples could not heal the boy, how come we couldn't do these things? And he said, these things come by fasting and praying. So understand what you're doing with your human body and what God can tell you what to do and not to do with it regarding that fast. But Miriam understood the role of what she had to do, from her mother telling or instructing her to put that baby, Moses, into that basket that the mother took her time and was able to weave with love and sing her songs and tears running down her face. She carefully laid that baby into that basket, pitched it with tar, and told the daughter to go out. No wonder Miriam can stand to Moses later on and says, Moses, you're not the only one God has favor. He has favor over us also, she and Aaron. And God said, come to the tent of meeting, put a cloud around, and stood at the door. He said, some people I talk to in dark speeches. Others I talk to face to, others I talk to in dreams. But Moses, my servant, who has been honorable in all his house, I talk to face. Were you not afraid to talk to him? And then he began to chastise them the way he did with leprosy with Miriam. But Miriam understood her role as a big sister from her mother. It was Jochebed who no doubt sat down and explained to Miriam, Aaron, and Moses. Once Moses was brought back to her, and you know the story, how Miriam went out on a mission and on her own merit said to Pharaoh's daughter, I know a wet nurse who can take care of this little child. Pharaoh's daughter said, well, do so and I will pay you. Well, that's God's blessing. You know, today God is still doing the same. When you put him first, when it's called the greatest commandment, love God, love yourself and your neighbor, then God will pour out these blessings that he said it will overtake thee. That's the type of blessings we want if we honor God, as Moses did. Then we have Aaron. Aaron was the high priest that God put in control, and the first high priest. And the people grumbled and they said all these different things about him. So God said, let's put it to a test. Told everyone to throw their rods down, and the next day Aaron's rod not only was it green, but was blooming with buds of almonds on it, of course placed into the ark with the 10 Commandments and the bowl of manna. Then you have Moses. God took his time and let Moses mature into what he needed. You know, he called Moses at 80 years old. Moses, go and have your fun. Go out and acquire and achieve and do whatever you need to do. Then at 80, he said, are you finished? Can I use you now? And he used him up to 120 years old. Not only that, but the Bible lets us know that Moses, when he died, that his natural force was not abated. But God knew that he had other plans. Remember, he numbered our days early on. But we're talking about the mother of these three. What a mother. The Bible doesn't talk too much about Amram, except that the tribe that he came from and that he married Jochebed. The law comes from the mother, the teachings from the father. Now, why does the law come from the mother? It's something that God puts into our mothers, that they have a keen eye. They have a sixth, seventh sense about things. Many times, that mother would jump up in the middle of the night for no reason at all to go check on the children. Or something say, wake up, go check on the children. But the father's just sitting there snoring. But it's something that is in her that God has innately placed to take care of the children. Mother's Day. I think every day is Mother's Day. Now, fathers, don't get upset. Your day is coming. But we want to recognize, as Jesus did, in agony and in pain, he took the time out to recognize one more thing. And he said to her, woman, behold thy son. He wanted her to feel the pain, the hurt as a mother, because he had fulfilled the scripture. Luke 2:34 and 35, when Simeon blessed them and said unto Mary his mother, behold, this child is set for the fall and the rising of many in Israel, and for a sign which shall be spoken against. Yea, a sword shall pierce through thine own soul, that the thoughts of many hearts may be revealed. That's why Jesus could say that. He had to fulfill the scriptures. Remember, he was the living word. In the beginning was the word, and Jesus knew that he had to go this way. But yet he looked steadfast upon his mother and said, look on me, mother. There's no worse hurt to a mother than the hurt of her child. It's something that God put in her as a mother. It's also one of the curses. In Genesis, he notes, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall have rule over thee. Now don't get mad at me, you have to take that up with God. But when he talks about thy sorrow and thy conception, he wasn't talking about childbirth. It meant that that woman would be tied to that child. For 9 months you carry that child. There's a bond that's there between that mother. Woman, behold thy son. We give everything for her. I remember the football player, when he couldn't say anything else, this is for you, Mom. But I'm intrigued by the mystery that's in the book of Proverbs with note, my son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. Why does the mother carry the law? How come the father can't carry it? Well, God knows what he's doing. And when he embedded in the DNA of a mother, a true mother, not someone who gave birth to a child, but that Proverbs 31 mother. So this is Bishop George Lockhart signing off. And remember, on Mother's Day, when all fails, God is still